All right, let's talk crypto. Usually when a founder dumps a ton of their own tokens, everyone panics, right? It's a huge red flag. But what if I told you that sometimes it's actually a signal for a massive rally? That's what we're diving into today, a playbook that flips that panic button into a green light.
So, let's kick things off with what I'm calling the Vitalik paradox. You've got this situation that, on the surface, looks like absolute doom for a brand new crypto project. But, and this is the crazy part, the backstory here, the context, is what might just turn this whole thing on its head.
And that really gets to the heart of it. A founder selling off a huge chunk of tokens should spell disaster. It screams, I don't believe in this anymore. So why on earth are people getting excited about it? Well, the answer isn't what's happening now. It's hidden in a very specific playbook from a few years ago.
Okay, so here's what went down. Back in late August 2025, Vitalik Buterin, yep, the guy who co-founded Ethereum, sold 2 trillion Manyu tokens. Now, he didn't buy these. They were donated to him. But he sold the whole lot, which was worth about $39,500, and he gave it all to charity.
And boom, you can see exactly what happened next. The price took a nosedive. It was sharp, but it was quick. Now, for pretty much any other coin, this is where the alarm bells go off and everyone rushes for the exits. But for the crypto veterans, the ones who've seen it all, this felt familiar. Like, hey, I've seen this movie before, and I know how it ends.
And that movie has a name, the Shiba Inu playbook. Seriously, to get why the Manyu community is actually buzzing about this, we need to jump in the time machine and go back to 2021. To another, let's say, very famous meme coin.
See, this isn't Vitalik's first rodeo. Back in 2021, the creators of Shiba Inu did something absolutely wild. They sent him half of the entire SHIB supply. Just gave it to him. It was a crazy marketing stunt, but it also meant he basically held the fate of the project in his hands. And what did he do? He sold a big chunk for charity, and then he got rid of the rest. Permanently.
And this, right here, is why the old-school investors didn't even flinch. This quote says it all. They weren't panicking because they'd seen this exact script play out before. They knew this kind of move wasn't a sign of abandonment. It was the starting gun.
So let's quickly talk about what that means, this whole getting rid of the rest. It's called a token burn. Vitalik sent his leftover SHIB to a digital wallet that no one can ever access again. It's like taking a huge pile of cash and just setting it on fire. Why would you do that? Well, it permanently removes those tokens from the supply. And basic economics tells us when something becomes more rare, its value can go way, way up.
And here's the punchline. What happened after Vitalik's big move? Did Shiba Inu crash and burn? Nope. It went on one of the most insane, legendary bull runs in crypto history. We're talking life-changing money for early investors. His sell-off, instead of killing the project, actually gave it legitimacy. It cleared the deck for the community to take over. And that's the pattern everyone's hoping to see again.
Okay, so with that incredible backstory, let's bring it back to Manyu. Because this project isn't just an echo of the Shiba Inu story. It feels like they're trying to release a director's cut.
I mean, just look at this. When you put them side by side, it's almost uncanny. The meme inspiration, the 1 quadrillion token supply, and, of course, the big Vitalik sell-off, it's all there. But check out that one key difference. Manyu already has a bridge to another blockchain, which is a big deal for things like lower fees.
MNU has been on a development sprint. Seriously, in just 3 months, they rolled out their own exchange, a launchpad for other projects, a debit card you can actually use, and a partnership with a huge name like Chainlink. That's a speed of execution that's pretty much unheard of. It took other projects years to get that far.
And if you look at their roadmap, you can see it's not just wishful thinking. They have a real strategy. They're not sitting around waiting to go viral. They're actively chasing listings on the big league exchanges, the Binances and OKXs of the world. They're planning more of those token burns we talked about to boost value. This is a business plan, not just a meme.
So let's just recap the big differentiators here. They've built real tools faster. They're getting onto major exchanges faster. They even locked down the intellectual property rights, so think merch and branding. And their community is growing faster than Shiba Inu's did back in the day. It's like they're running the same marathon, but they showed up with better shoes and a head start.
So, all of this brings us right back to where we started. Is this just a sequel? Are we watching history repeat itself only this time? The main character is faster, smarter, and has already read the script.
This really breaks down the whole argument, doesn't it? It's not just a blind bet on one thing. You can see a massive chunk of it is the hope that the SHIB playbook works a second time. But it's not just hope. It's backed by some very real, tangible things. That super fast development, a growing community, and of course that tiny starting price with huge room to grow.
You know, this quote really nails it. A SHIBA tale rewritten for the savvy, where strategy meets serendipity. It's not about